Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. RyoFlex here. Today's video, we'll be answering a viewer question. Viewer reached out to me and asked if I could take all of my macro videos and implement them into one easy to follow video with enough detailed information. And that's exactly what we'll be doing. So just to give you a little background info, in my first macros video, we delved into the basic building blocks and foundation to give you guys or girls who are starting out or maintaining or cutting or bulking a way to implement that using your macros and set them up. In another video, we checked out the other spectrum where what to do when you are really low on carbs. Where do you go from there? Well, we implement a refeed day. And at another point, I introduced a video where we talk about a carb cycle. Okay. In this video, we'll be dabbling into all of them into one easy video for everybody to follow along. So if you're watching this is your answer. Okay. So no matter what weight you are, I want you to implement this, if you will. If you are in excess of 230 pounds, I want you to plug these numbers in as if you were a 230-pound person, okay? I also have a separate video about that. If you check that out on my channel, that will give you all the information you need about that and the why. So for my example, we'll be using a 200-pound man, all right? We'll first be going into a cut cycle, followed by a bulk cycle. So you get both sides of how this works, okay? Now, we will be decreasing and increasing the weight by 5 pounds each month, okay? So follow along for that. To give you guys the basic guidelines, what we'll be doing here is protein is always going to be 1.50 times your current body weight, okay? That number that you plug into your current body weight will never change, just your current body weight. For fat, we'll be utilizing 0.5 times whatever your current body weight is, and that number also will not change. The only number that will change is for your carbs. And that might sound like carb cycling, but it's actually not in a way, okay? It's being used for a longer period of time. Carb cycling is a lot different, and I'll get to that later on in the video. Now, for this demonstration, my example is a 200-pound man, okay? No matter what weight you are, to start this off, I want you to accurately implement a site like MyFitnessPal and be honest with yourself, okay? It's you against you, better than you were yesterday, the best version of yourself, okay? Track how you're eating, whether you're eating clean or you're eating unhealthy. Track everything for at least 1 week to see where you stand off. This is very important because if you are naturally skinny or in between fit or you are a bigger person, okay, they both have a plus side. If you're naturally skinny, you're probably not eating enough, and your idea and goal is to probably pack on size, muscle, mass, shred, things like that. Okay, so if you're eating more now because you're tracking your macros and you're getting them set, this is going to be good for you because you're going to pack on the weight and the muscle. Now, to offset gaining fat, of course, you're going to have to do a little bit more cardio. On the other end, if you are heavier and you're eating a lot more, you are going to be eating a significant amount less. Okay, so for me, at my heaviest, I was 175 pounds, and my carbs and fats were skyrocket high. My protein was super low. Okay, this can work for you either way. Now, I want you to weigh yourself only once a week on a Monday after you've gone to the bathroom and you're empty and you are naked. Okay, so you get the good baseline of your weight, and only weigh yourself once a week on the same day every week. Okay, the same exact way. Stay away from the scale, avoid it at all costs because the scale will go up and down with water weight, muscle mass, fat increase, etc., whichever way you're going, cut or bulk, okay? Go by how your overall well-being is, how you feel in clothes, how your strength increases at the gym, how you feel with your endurance and cardio, stamina, things like that, okay? I can't stress that enough. Stay away from the scale once a week, all right? For my example, though, we're going to be decreasing 5 pounds for the cut and increasing 5 pounds for the bulk. All right. So for an example here, our 200-pound male is going to be taking carbs at 1.50 and getting 300 carbs, protein at 1.50 and getting 300 protein, fat at 0.5 and getting 100 grams of fat. Okay. And we're going to stay like that for the entire month of January. Now, you can use a longer time frame if you want, or a little bit shorter. The goal here is once you start seeing the scale stop moving up or down, that's when you want to adjust only your carbs, okay? To keep losing weight or to keep gaining weight. So say we go every month and it's not until the last week that we have this issue where we plateau. So now we're into February and we're going to keep using this for the example going down and up. February, you're going to go down by 0.25 to 1.25 times your current body weight of 195 pounds, which will give you 244 grams of carbs. 1.50 times your current body weight of 195 pounds will give you 292 grams of protein, and 0.5 times your current body weight of 195 pounds will give you 97 grams of fats. Again, we'll stay like that for the entire month, and moving into March, we've lost another 5 pounds. So now we drop our carbs, because we plateaued, down to 1.00 times our current body weight of 190 pounds, which gives us 190 carbs. 1.50 times our current body weight of 190 pounds gives us 285 grams of protein, and 0.5 times our current body weight of 190 pounds gives us 95 grams of fats. Same thing again, we've lost 5 pounds and plateaued. Going into April, we are at 0.75 grams for carbs. So we take that number times 185 and we get 138 carbs that we're supposed to have. 1.50 for our protein times our body weight of 185 gives us 277 grams of protein. 0.5 times our body weight of 185 pounds gives us 92 grams of fat. Again, we drop another 5 pounds, so now we've stalled and we're going to decrease going into May to 0.50 times 180 pounds, which gives us 90 carbs. 1.50 for our protein times 180 pounds gives us 270 grams of protein. And 0.5, of course, for our fat times times 180 pounds gives us 90 grams of fat. Moving on into June, we'll drop down another 5 pounds. We plateau. We're down to 0.25 now, okay? We will take 0.25 times 175 pounds, which gives us 43 grams of carbs. We'll take 1.50 for our protein, of course, times our body weight of 175 pounds, which gives us 262 grams of protein. We'll also take 0.5 for our fat times our body weight of 175 pounds, and that gives us 87 grams of fat. Now at this point, you cannot go down by 0.25 or you will be at 0, and that's not what we want. So now, just for this point, we will go by 0.5 in a decrease, okay? Now, when you're doing this, you can go as slow or fast as you want to. You can go down to 1.40 or go in increments of 0.5 all the way down and take your time, okay? But the majority of the stuff here is to go down by 0.25. You never want to drop from a really high number down really low, because you only have so far to go and your results are going to be a mess, okay? So now when we're down here to the 0.20 times our current body weight is when our carbs are going to be drastically low. Now at this point, what you want to do is utilize your post-workout meal for your carbs, okay? And you will have none to a very minuscule amount throughout the day otherwise. And this is because your body needs to replace its glycogen stores after you work out, okay? Excuse me. So when we move on down now, we're going into August. We're still at 0.20. We're 165 pounds now. That ends up being 33 carbs. 1.50 times our body weight. 165 pounds is 247 grams of protein. And 0.5 for our fats times our body weight of 165 pounds is 82 grams of fats. Now, at this point, you can stay this way for a little bit. And then once you plateau, what you want to do is implement a refeed day. Now, a refeed day is not a cheat day. And I do emphasize using a cheat meal, not a cheat day. So what I would normally do is once a week on a heavy leg day, I would have a cheat meal. And I have ate clean all week. I have earned that meal. I can divulge into a nice cheat meal right there, okay? And that is, for me, something that I've earned. I've worked clean and ate clean all week. I deserve it. Now, for a refeed day, what you're going to do is, just for that day, you're going to take your current body weight and you're going to multiply it by 1.50 again, okay? Now, if you're 165 pounds at this point, that's going to give you 247 carbs. That's a nice surplus. That'll keep your body guessing, your metabolism will eat it right up, and you'll have amazing workouts for the next 2 to 3 days, okay? But following after that, the next day, you will drop back down to 0.20 times your current body weight again, okay? And that's just once a week that you'll be doing it. You can also implement a carb cycle, okay? And you usually only want to do this when you are maintaining or really low. But you would utilize the 1.50, the 1.25, the 1.00, the 0.75, the 0.50, the 0.25, and the 0.20, however which way works best for you. For me, what worked best is on my heavy days, I would have higher numbers, and on my lower days, my lighter days, I would have isometric movements, cables, body weight. I would implement the lower numbers. Now, if you cannot afford to eat this amount of protein, I understand protein powder is expensive. I understand protein supplements in general are expensive. Chicken breast and everything can add up. At least get 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, eat 200 grams of protein a day. You will still get results. Will they vary a little bit? Yes. Okay. It does help to have more protein. It's not going to make it a make or break situation where you won't get results if you don't absolutely have 1.5 times your body weight. But just to make sure, it does work both ways for you guys that are worried about that. Okay. Now, excuse me. Normally at this point, I would reverse this by going back up by 0.25 increments. Okay. And you slowly go back up into a bulk, and that allows you to minimize fat gain. But for this example, we're just going to jump right back up just to show you guys an example here. So if I'm going in reverse and we're going into a bulk, now we're back up to 1.50 for our carbs. We're still utilizing 1.50 for our protein. We're still utilizing 0.5 for our fats. So we left off at 165 pounds. So we're going to implement 1.50 times our body weight of 165 pounds, which gives us 247 carbs, 247 protein, and 0.5 times our body weight of 165 pounds gives us 82 grams of fat. We're going to stay that way again till our weight decreases or stops going up as we want it to for a bulk. And now we're in September. We've gained another 5 pounds. We're going to up the number to 1.75, which times our body weight will give us 297 carbs. 1.50 times our body weight will give us 255 grams of protein, and 0.5 times our body weight will give us 85 grams of fat. Again, we move up 5 pounds, we go into November and we stall, so we bump it up to 2.00, which times our body weight of 175 pounds gives us 350 grams of carbs. 1.50 times our body weight of 175 pounds gives us 262 grams of protein, and 0.5 times our body weight of 175 pounds gives us 87 grams of fat. Another month passes, 5 pounds we go up, and we bump the number up another 0.25, and that gives us 2.25 times our body weight of 180 pounds, which is 405 grams of carbs. 1.50 times our body weight of 180 pounds gives us 270 grams of protein. And of course, 0.5 for our fats times our body weight of 180 pounds gives us 90 grams of fat. We also gain another 5 pounds and move on into another month, and we start to plateau. So we bump it up to 2.50. Or 185 pounds times that number is 462 grams of carbs. 1.50 for our protein times 185 pounds gives us 277 grams of protein, and 0.5 grams times our current body weight of 185 pounds gives us 92 grams of fat. Now, doing this for a bulk, you have no refeed days, there is no carb cycle, you do have a cheat meal, not a cheat day. Use it on your heaviest day and really work your butt off to earn it. And at least, again, in this situation, if you can't afford it, get at least your body weight in protein. So if you're 185 pounds, 185 grams of protein suffice. For a bulk, you want to have more protein because you're building muscle. When you're cutting, you want to have more protein because you want to maintain that muscle and or build more. So you always want to have that. And again, your protein, no matter if you're cutting or bulking, will always be multiplied by 1.50, whatever your current body weight is. And your fat will always be multiplied 0.5 times your current body weight, whatever that is. So those two numbers never change. Your body weight is what changes. Now, utilizing either method, whether you're going down for a cut or up for a bulk or maintaining, is very effective and it works. It's worked for me. It could work for you. You will have to play with the numbers and see what works best for your body type, your lifestyle, and your needs, your training and your nutrition. I do recommend doing it in increments of 0.25 for an entire month because it allows you time to grow, it allows you time to cut, and it lets you see how your body's reacting. And losing 1, 2, or 3 pounds per week or gaining 1, 2, 3 pounds a week is a good steady pace. You don't want to drop the weight way too quickly, and you don't want to gain the weight way too quickly, okay? And with everything, there is a balance. Okay, you don't want to put on too much weight and have an excess amount of fat, and you also don't want to drop so quickly that you lose all your muscle and you look like you have the fat sucked out of the back of your head through a straw, and you look all emaciated and like your head doesn't fit your body. Okay, if you guys have any other questions, comments, or concerns, please drop them in a comment below. Your next question or idea or thought could be my next video. I love helping people out, so please don't be afraid. Reach out to me via email, which is located on my channel page, or you can drop a comment below. If you're not a subscriber yet and you like what you've seen and heard in this video, as well as my others, if you check them out, please consider subscribing. I'll be posting videos all day, every day to help you guys out. I hope to see all of you in the next video. Please stay fit, strong, fam.